Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just pulled up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you mean to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty half my age at the crib, and I'm trying to get to her. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's alright. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, cause it look like you need
one drink. I can do one drink. I can do one drink, cause I really yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One of the things I want to brought to you by is Camo Dumpsters. This is a company that I got big time up there in Tennessee. I'm trying to expand. I'm going to try to get to a lot of different places, but I got to take care of that spot first so I can grow and take care of you. So again, when you see that truck and you understand what I'm trying to do, just know I brought it to you first over here at Camo Dumpsters.
Yes.
Now, I got to get back to you guys because, again, I had to come from there to come all the way back just to give y'all something special. And one of the people that sat with me for over 6 years, sitting with me right now, Craftmatic, how you doing tonight, big baby?
Doing good, Smooth J. Everything's lovely, man.
Woo!
Everything's lovely, man.
Yeah,
Been
like
grinding like you would not believe.
I seen a lot of your stuff, man.
Yeah.
I see your work.
Yeah. I've been moving, man. I've been moving.
I like the fact you ain't just sitting on the couch. I like that.
Nah, man. I got enough work to fill up probably the next 4 or 5 months.
Woo!
On social media, so we've been working real hard.
I like
real
that.
hard, and
like
life is good, man. I'm moving forward. Ain't got no complaints, no problems. Just trying to save some souls with this Minecraft stuff.
Keep on, man.
Yeah, man. That's my life. So I'm good, man. How you doing, Smooth J?
Man, let me tell you, I had a lot of changes in my own company, and one of the things I gotta tell you, you gotta be open to change. One of the things I want to make sure I stress is it's going to cause you more stress to say like you are compared to the change. And a lot of times you don't want it, but it's necessary.
Right.
Technology is moving at a fast rate. The world is moving, and you can't stay stagnant in all that. You have to make sure you adapt.
That's right.
Environment, adapt to your people. Adapt and make sure success is part of your plan and adapt to the plan.
Yes.
So a lot of times I got a little frustrated for some of it,
Yeah.
but I kept an open mind for I can actually make sure I achieve it.
You bet.
So again, out there to you guys, it's going to be a point in your life that you're going to have to make a shift to make sure you're making the right moves. Just be open-minded to them shifts and actually make that happen.
Yeah, and that's going to be on a daily basis because that is the nature of life. Change and shift, right? A great way to introduce our show. This is Bar Talk with Jay.
Yes.
My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth J.
In the building.
And we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. We are just trying to be leaders in our own community and offer some value. Tonight, we're going to have what we call a fantastic dialogue. My hope is that you can grow from it, from your seat, just like we're going to grow as we speak through it. Our stories, our opinions, how do they impact you? What decisions would you make as a result of a discussion like this, hearing a discussion like this? And we obviously can't hear your opinion, but your opinion is important. And I want you to get clear about exactly what you're going to do if you go through any of these situations. What you're going to do, how you're going to handle it, what you're going to say. Because if you make those decisions now, that'll be an armor in your brick wall in the future. So when you arrive at the situation, you'll be able to get right through it. Just because you sat here and listened to Bar Talk with Jay.
That's right.
Now, we always start the show off with a prayer. And I didn't know, Jay, did you have something?
No, I don't got one for him today, man. Go ahead and give him something nice.
Anything on your mind tonight?
You know something, man? I'm so happy and blessed just to be able to make it through the storm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that know we had a lot of bad winds yesterday.
Yeah.
Tornado warnings. And, man, just to be able to make it through all that by driving, bad weather, and to be able to be here right now, man, it's just a blessing.
It is just a blessing.
It's just a blessing.
You know what, Jay? It's coming up in my mind and in my spirit. Excuse me, folks. There are so many times that we have experienced storms and we really can't figure out how we got out of them. And I think there's something to be said for that.
Okay.
Shall we?
I think we need to say it.
Heavenly Father, we want to just thank you tonight for being God. We want to thank you for being in our lives. We want to thank you for all of your love and your help and your support, all the riches and the prosperity and the love, the goodness. Sometimes, Lord, we don't know how to appreciate even our own problems and challenges, but we know there are blessings in our problems and challenges. And we want to thank you tonight for those blessings and for those challenges. We want to thank you tonight, Lord, that they are guiding posts to our life. We want to thank you, Lord, that they are opportunities for us to see a greater vision and for us to know a greater understanding. We know that we're not going through these things and this stuff, Lord, for no reason. We're believing that you are taking us through them, and we're believing that you are preparing us for something on the other side of the storm. And we just thank you for everything that you have built up for us on the other side of the storm. We believe that there are blessings. We believe that there's goodness and there's joy and there's happiness. We know that the promised land is before us. And we just thank you for getting us through all of this entanglement and all this nonsense and all of this stories and these lies and all the nonsense that we face in the world. We just come into your presence, Lord, just thanking you for favor. For all the favor that we receive. We ask that you would be here with us in this show to do your good and perfect work. Speak intelligence tonight through us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice.
I had to catch myself. I had to come back because I wanted to go on down the other lap.
Hey, I don't think you need to catch yourself at all. That one, I think that was that one that just flows.
It just flows. It just flows. You know,
that's how the God does. God makes it happen.
Yeah.
We are just a vessel.
We're just a vessel. But, you know, I've been running into a lot of people who have been taking a look at their lives,
right,
and they just see all of these storms. And they have no understanding. They haven't revealed, why am I going through all of these storms? And what is this all about? Well, it is the nature of life. You're growing and you're changing and you're evolving and you're moving, whether you want to or not. Part of the problem that you have in the storm is that you're unwilling to change.
Say it again. Well, you go through it again.
So you're going to have to go through it again. It's going to be a little tougher. It's going to be a little harder. Don't shun the storm. Don't shun the storm. When I look outside on any given day and it's a cloudy, rainy day, I do not say that this is a bad day. I say, oh, something needs to be nurtured today, right? Something needs to be watered today, right? Because the sunlight is not out here. I might need to be the sunlight for somebody today, right?
I like that.
And so you gotta find what's the riches inside of the challenge, because there are always riches. You gotta find the good. And so many people, again, are going through challenging things in their life, but they're questioning it, and questioning it makes it twice as hard.
Correct.
Just absorb it, I live a humble life where I have decided that, you know what, Stacy, sometimes you're going to be wrong. Sometimes you're going to hit a brick wall. Sometimes you're going to put all your effort and all your money in and you ain't going to get no fruit.
Right.
But none of that stuff is going to stop me from being crab.
No.
None of that stuff is going to stop me from fighting every single day.
No.
None of that stuff is going to hinder me from being my greatest possibility every single day.
Correct.
None of that stuff can get inside.
I like that.
Right? You can't get inside. There's an armor of protection right here on me, and it just doesn't allow any foolishness to come in anymore.
Okay.
Not at this age. I'm done with those days.
Okay.
When I reach a hurdle or a challenge or a setback, that I'm realizing that there's some great gifts to learn here. And now I'm just going to receive the learning.
Right.
It's not going to hurt my self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to hurt my purpose. It's not going to hurt my effort. I'm just receiving the lessons and driving forward.
I like that.
Storms are not really storms. They're blessings in disguise. Every single one of them are blessings in disguise.
Different way of looking at it.
Yes, sir.
That's what I hear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know, I can keep on and on about that such topic tonight.
Yeah, I got no problem with it.
We're gonna go ahead and get started with the show topic.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Game, recognize game.
Woo! We gonna go there?
We going there tonight.
Okay. I'm getting ready for this.
Game, recognize game.
Okay.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind, Jay?
Man, let me tell you something. Game, recognize game. We're gonna do it in two different aspects. I'm gonna give it to you in the business aspect first.
Yeah, business.
You gotta know when somebody coming at you and how they're trying to come at you, because a lot of times they're trying to maneuver you in a different way. So a lot of time, if you don't recognize it, you're gonna be sitting there and you're gonna be more fussing and fighting than changing.
Right.
A lot of times they're gonna give you something new and they're gonna give it to you in a way to make you be sitting back to see if you can recognize what they're trying to do. And the reason I'm saying this is because it happened to me several different times. And when it does happen, I always call it a fire drill. And a lot of people don't understand what I'm saying about a fire drill. You got to make sure you're prepared. So when they ask you certain things and they be really direct, it's a fire drill to me to make me understand, can I get the process right and get it down to a structure where I can answer the question intelligently.
Right.
Okay, and a lot of times people don't recognize that and they be like, well, what you asking for? But if they got to tell you, they feel like they don't need you. And that's why I call it a fire drill. It is for you to be able to explain it, not for them to tell you, because if they got to tell you, then they're going to be looking at you as a weak vessel.
Right.
And I don't really want nobody to come out weak. I want y'all to be strong, but one of the things I want you to do is understand the drill. Because a lot of times you feel like everything is in place and normally it's not. And that's what they're trying to tell you. So if you get it right, then you can answer it correctly. And 9 times out of 10, it won't be a fire drill. It just be you knowing the drill.
Right.
And you'll know how to answer it. So that's one way. Other way in relationship is how somebody's coming at you. Now, it could be in a good way. They showing me the respect. They're making sure they know that they're receiving me in a positive way. Now, I'm recognize that quickly. And I'm going to see exactly where it's coming from.
Right.
From a past that's going to be a good blessing for me in the future? Or is it just you trying to get me off beat? I can see you in a better light and you're going to show me something different.
Right.
So I'm trying to recognize where you're coming from. And if you coming wrong, game recognize game because I'm going to give it back.
Right.
And I'm going to sit you right there and I'm going to give it back to you in a way that you can understand I see you.
Yeah.
And that's not me being disrespectful. Please understand. If a person coming at me and they say, oh, I want to spend time with you, I want to do this, but I ain't got no money. Okay, well, I ain't bet your money. So is you telling me that I gotta have it in order to deal with you? See, this game recognizing game. I'm sitting back trying to see what it is. Because again, if it's something I want to do, yeah, I can afford it and I can do it.
Game, recognize game.
Oh, damn.
See, here's the key, Jay.
What's the guy?
Is when somebody's running game,
Okay.
they're trying to get over on you.
Sometimes.
They're trying to get something from you. They're trying to, one up you.
They can.
Right? That's why we call it game. It wouldn't be game if it wasn't they're trying to get something. The game is I'm trying to get leverage. Your daughter might come up and give you a big hug and a kiss on the cheek and say, hey, daddy. You was like, all right, what you want? Right? That's game.
Right.
But when you recognize the game,
Mm-hmm.
you can do a couple of things. You could play along with it.
Right.
Sometimes I play along with the game. In fact, most of the time, I just play along with the game because I want to see how far they're going to take it.
I agree.
I want to see how much they're going to try to get over on me.
I agree.
How much they're going to try to hurt me. How much they're going to try to sideswipe me. I want to see how foolish they think I am.
I agree.
I want to see how
you think you're gonna play me?
Yeah, how they think they can play me, right?
Correct.
And here's the thing, right?
Talk to me, Brad.
In this game, recognizing game, there's a balance always going on,
I will hope so.
right? Always a balance, and the balance is earned by knowledge or intelligence,
Okay.
right? So if you're trying to run game on me, but I know more about the thing that you're trying to run game on than than you do,
Right.
then you're not going to win. Because I got the knowledge leverage. Or I might just know that you're trying to get over.
Correct.
And once I know, whoever has the greatest knowledge is going to win almost every single time, right? Because if you know somebody's running game in a contract, you're going to shut it down.
Yeah, it's a bad contract.
Exactly. If you know somebody's trying to sell you a product and sell it to you for more than you're supposed to spend, you know they're trying to sell it to you for $70. You was like, I just saw it right back there for $30, dude. What you doing? Right? They're not going to be able to get over on you because you have the knowledge, right? And that's the key to the game is knowledge.
Let me give you one real quick.
Go ahead.
A lot of times I let people play on some things for I can get the advantage for the knowledge. Sometimes it can be not perceived to me that the way I'm thinking it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you go ahead and go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
For I can have a better advantage to
Yeah.
understand what you're trying to do.
Now let me tell you, Jay, I love that.
Okay.
And I have seen that done masterfully in almost every field of human endeavor, right?
Okay.
But just think about a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
She's got some plumbing problems, or she got some problems with her faucet or sink, right?
Mm-hmm.
She calls somebody over to help her.
Right.
And so the plumber or the guy comes over to help her, says, oh yeah, I can fix that for like $200. She was like, $200? Huh? Okay, that's cool. What would you do? What's wrong with it? And he starts saying, oh, well, you just need this, and you need that, and you need this, and you need that. And, just those 4 things, we probably could get you taken care of for about $200. Okay, well, let me save up the money, and then I'll call you when I get ready to get it done. Maybe you can help me get it done. Oh, yeah, I'll help you anytime, right?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he walk out the door, she get on YouTube, she figures out what he said, right? And she goes and gets it done for about $50, right? That's game recognizing game. And we all have to live in this world. You have to recognize if you're going to ever buy products and services from anyone, you have to be able to discern the game. And if you go into the game with no knowledge, you're going to get taken. Just the way it is.
I agree.
Right? If you go into the game with no knowledge, you're going to get taken. And here's the other thing. If you go into the game with no guts, no courage, no confidence, you're going to get taken. Mm-hmm. Because in the midst of the game, somebody's asking you for something. Mm-hmm. If you don't have the strength to say no, or to push off the offer, or to delay it long enough so you can at least figure it out, you're probably going to get taken, right?
Oh, damn.
That's the way it works, right? You cannot go into negotiation on anything soft.
No.
No matter what it is, you cannot go into it soft.
One of the things I'll tell you all day long, because I love how you're going, and game recognized game. My hot tub went down. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to figure out, do I really want to get it fixed? I don't like nothing on my property ain't working. So, again, it's one of them situations I had to fix before. Do I get it fixed? I get them people come out here, and they tell me what it is.
Right.
And they telling me things that, of course, I'm knowledgeable about, but not all. So, they mentioned my motherboard. I said, well, that was replaced before.
Yeah.
I already knew this. Right. They say, okay, well, there's some other components, but again, if it's not reading, it could still be your motherboard. I'll be like, well, since it was replaced, that I know from last time, it'll probably be some other parts.
Yes.
So they start giving me a write-up, because at first it was just naming off stuff. I said, okay, give it to me on paper.
Right.
Because I need to see exactly what it is, because the numbers are getting to be a little bit high.
Right.
And I'm the kind of person, I'm not going to pay ridiculously for anything. Now, how that comes in handy with you guys is, again, by you writing it down, I'm holding him to what he wrote. Okay? Another one comes out, and he's trying to spit a new game about some other stuff I need. Now, I got the original contract. You asking me for something other than what he did. You need to show me why it was not on my original, because I paid to get it analyzed. Oh, well, he might have missed it. I said, well, then that's on y'all.
That's on y'all.
So now he go back, get with the boss, and next thing I know, I'm getting it for the first original.
Right.
But if I didn't have it in writing, it is just been by what somebody said.
Yes. So
game recognized game, and you don't always going to be on the upper hand. But a lot of times, you got to make sure that it's in writing. You got to recognize what's best for you.
Yeah.
And then strategize.
Yeah.
Your car, somebody telling you, you put your car in the shop, it need this and that. I need it in writing. Because now this in writing, I can see if I can look it up,
Yeah.
see what the parts might be compared to what you just tell me.
Yeah, and not only do I need it in writing, but when it gets done, I need you to show me what you did
I need my old
exactly.
parts.
Right?
I need to see them.
I need to see the new parts. I need to see the old parts.
New parts should be on. Can I see the
Absolutely.
old? And you'll get them good on that one because
Yeah.
you tell them, I like to see the old parts
Right.
when this job is done.
The old parts
And I
belong to
promise
me.
you, they tend not to do it. To me, that's not nothing fault. It's just they tend to do the job and they don't tend to keep the parts. And when you got it on writing that that's what you want, now all of a sudden they got to do offset because they
Well,
know,
they got to
or,
do what you ask them to do.
or they'll send you some parts that they just
But
found.
what
Don't
what
even
we're
say it.
suggesting here, folks, is that the game sometimes people don't follow through.
Nope.
Right? They promise you X and they give you Y, and in the end, it's just not what you want. So there's an old saying
What's that saying?
that says, "Inspect what you expect,"
Ooh, I like that.
and part of expecting is getting what you expect in writing,
Mm-hmm.
and then when it's done, make sure that they did it. And too often times this world is very technological now, and we're having to trust people, and we're having to trust ideas that we really aren't sure of. They're telling us that, okay, well, I can't help you with that. You need to buy a new phone, right? And
Yeah.
we know that this happens all the time, right? The guy comes out to fix the lady's air condition, and he recommends a part that she really don't need,
Mhm.
but he picks up another $200-300 in the deal. So there's a lot of game going on, and you gotta be aware. Unfortunately, the old way was that I could trust my neighborhood plumber.
Mhm.
I could trust the person who was trying to earn my business, and when I give them my business, not only they're going to service me, but they're going to give me excellent service, and I'm going to pay them, and then I'm going to tip them. And then every single time I have a problem from now on, or my mother or my sister, my cousin, my brother, I'm gonna make sure that he gets that business, right?
Okay.
It's not the way it works nowadays.
No, I'm gonna
Right?
give you one that
It's like I'm gonna get this deal out of you today, and I don't care if I ever see you again. And so now I got to be leery of if you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do, and if you do, am I gonna be able to find you if something ain't right?
let me give you one that I think we all can understand. I went out not long ago, and it was a nice party of people.
Okay.
So you already know they add gratuity to a nice size party. Even though we cut it in half, they add gratuity.
Yeah.
This says suggested gratuity.
Okay.
I seen that.
All right.
They wrote thank you on top of already been added.
Right.
So you automatically see the thank you. You ain't reading behind the thank you, and you would have added
That's
gratuity
game.
when it was already there. My whole thing is, why are you thanking me and I have not paid you yet?
That's
See, that's what
game.
threw me off. So when I grab it and I'm looking at it just to make sure the bill is right, I see the thank you and I see the suggested, and then I see the part saying added to you. And the thank you is dead on top of it. So
Hey.
please understand, I don't want to bust out the establishment, but I will tell you, let's bust people out when they ain't doing
No,
right.
let's cover this right now, Jay,
Let's go.
because this subject is one that oftentimes people don't get a chance to really vent, because there are many of us who've been taken advantage of in all these types of situations, right? Restaurants, they'll add stuff into your bill that you paying for the next guy's stuff, or they got the gratuity already in there, and they're trying to hide the fact that it's already in there so you can give them more. There's a lot of game that happens, especially in that restaurant, bar, drink world. And, I've on numerous occasions, especially in the last couple of years,
Okay.
I'm just surprised at the bill. I have never really questioned my bill, right? But over the last couple of years, I'm like, it sounds about $20 high. That sounds about $30 high. Yeah. Now I take time to look at the itemized
Correct.
bill, right? I look at it. I actually say, okay, my meal, her meal, their meal, their meal, their meal, okay, beautiful.
What's this?
Right. And if I recognize that someone, this is good, right? Watch this. If I recognize that someone is running game on me, I sometimes will give them an opportunity to just let me in on the truth, you know?
I feel you.
And then after that, I'm going to, you know, I'm not the type of guy that if I see you running game, I'm not going to tip you, right? I'm going to go ahead and tip you because my tip is what I'm supposed to do. I do what I'm supposed to do by the measure of the program. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not going to get in your livelihood because you mistreated me or because you try to get over on me, but you'll never see me again. Right. I will never do business with you again. And the unfortunate part about me, about doing business with me, is that you will never know it. I'll just disappear and I'll have no reason to say anything, right? So, you know, now here's a scenario where your employees lost you a 20-year customer, right? Because your employee was running game. And you know, I've had people, I've spent many years in the car business, and I had a lady one time say, I've owned several Nissan products. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I went there, you know, a couple of weeks ago to try to buy a Nissan, you know, because I love the product. Right. And they was running game and, you know, trying to do this and get over on me and sideswipe me, etc. Mm-hmm. And I told her, I said, ma'am, if you like Nissans, you should buy a Nissan. Mm-hmm. You just met a bad salesperson. Mm. You just met someone who was running too much game. They were maybe too young into business, but don't change your loyalty to your product because of who services you in the middle, right? It'd be one thing if they misservice you over and over and over again, but don't let one bad service stop you from being loyal to that company. Right. Because the company, if they knew what happened, if they really knew what happened, they'd probably get rid of that person.
Should.
Right? Probably so. But game is one of those things where, you know, I don't like nobody trying to sideswipe me. I don't like nobody trying to get over on me. I don't like I'm too easy to get along with. I'm too willing to give. I'm the kind of person who will rarely say no. If I have it and I can do it, I'm going to participate in that. And so if you try to get over on me, it tells me that rather than being straight with me, you want to run a game. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to let you run game on me. You know, I'm going to probably lead you into a brick wall in most cases. You know, sometimes my heart will overcome that. Sometimes I'll look at the situation that they're in. I got out of my car yesterday.
Okay.
And it was on E, so I was going to fill it up. Mm-hmm. So I turned around, put the nozzle in, and it's pumping. And a guy from behind me said, "Excuse me, brother, I'm wondering if you could help me out, man." Now, I haven't even turned around and faced him yet.
Right.
And I thought to myself to ignore him. And then I started feeling like, well, you know what? Let me just give him a chance. So I turned around, and there was this guy standing there looking dirty, dusty, as you could possibly, like he just got off work. He had a young boy in his arms. He said, "Man, I just lost my job, and I, need some help. You think you can help a brother?" And I said, "Yeah, man, give me a moment, And I went inside, I got $20, and I gave it to him, right? And I don't know if he was running game or not, Jay, but I couldn't turn him down because he had that baby in his hands.
At that point.
And I had bought into them baby's eyes. As soon as I turned around, I looked right into the baby's eyes. And I was like, wow, this baby might not have eaten. You know what I mean? I'm like, he's asking for money. He's all dirty. They're both dirty. He leaning on, looked like somebody else's car. And so sometimes your heart has to open a little bit, even with people who are running game, because they know not what they do. And sometimes that may be how they truly feed themselves that night, and it may not be game. Sometimes they might want to get some money from you, these guys on the street, and go buy liquor and, go buy drugs and stuff like that. But you can never tell. And you should not be responsible for that, because the good book suggests that if someone asks you for something and you have it, you are obligated to help them. Not fulfill it, not give it all to them, but you're obligated to help them. The good book says that you should not walk away knowing that you have it and say, well, I'll think about it and maybe I'll give it to you, tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That is off the mark, right? Because we have to lean on one another. And it just suggests that sometimes when people are asking you for stuff, that the ask may be bigger than just the moment.
I agree.
The ask may be to such degree that you are going to be a blessing in their life. You are going to be this person that holds them together for the next 72 hours because you gave them $20, and they could buy a couple of hamburgers a day for the next 3 or 4 days. I don't want to be the guy who missed the opportunity to give them that blessing.
I feel you, and I've done that, and I will tell you all day long, my heart will never question if it run a game or not, because I gave. Okay, they got to live with that at that point.
Yeah.
If they was willing to hustle,
that's them.
Then they got to over on that hustle. My whole thing is, if that's the only way you can get it, then God bless you.
Right.
Now me, I feel like game is when you do that and you keep doing that. When I keep trying to be that person to try to help, and you keep coming at me. So every problem you got is my problem. And I really feel like now I'm recognizing game where your problem shouldn't be my problem.
Right.
If I did this for you to help you through something, then I don't feel like you should keep coming back to me.
Right.
But a lot of times, and I use my hands, a lot of times people keep coming back because you that giving person. But you're not a person that's changing. So my giving is not getting you to realize you have to make the change, for you don't have to keep coming back.
Watch this.
They're not getting it.
Watch this, Jay.
Go for it.
So an ex-girlfriend of mine from some time ago has a daughter who I'm friends with. I'm like a, father type figure to her.
You dated,
help them and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And even though she and I aren't together anymore, I'm still friends with the kids.
Right.
So
just a good man.
The young lady, one of the older young ladies, she's now 20, I think, in college.
Okay.
She's called me 2 times.
Okay.
And she says, Mr. Stacy, can you... She didn't call me. She actually texted me 2 times. And she said, Mr. Stacy, unfortunately, I'm in a little trouble. And I need $50. And I was like, okay, cool. I was thinking to myself, okay, cool, I'm going to give you the $50.
Right.
And because I didn't respond quickly, she immediately sent another text. And another text says, I had sex with my boyfriend and I need to buy a Plan B pill. That's what the $50 is for. And almost like she had to put a sense of urgency on her need.
Right.
I was like, gotta send it to her now. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I gotta send it to her now. Hey, and time is running out.
Now, crap.
What's up? So I sent the $50. I sent the $50. But listen, I can't mess with her independence. Her independent choice. She needed the money. I sent her the money. What she do with it? She got, da-da-da-da. And so, about 6-8 months later,
right.
I got another text message.
Okay.
Asking for the same thing for the same reason.
Again.
What would you do, Jay?
Not send it.
You wouldn't send it.
No. Let me tell you something.
You would let her potentially have a child.
Potentially,
because she needed $50.
When I did it the first time, I'm hoping I had a conversation, because even though I made sure she was covered, she need to also know the ramifications for what she's doing. Because again, why is she keep getting you involved with her actions is because now you become abler. She's able to do what she's doing with whoever she's with.
Yeah.
Unprotected.
Well, I hope that she's not saying to herself, I'm going to have sex with this dude tonight. And I know I got Mr. Stacy in my corner.
Well, you got to think about it now.
Yeah.
Because again, she came to you and you was there for her.
Right.
So it got her out of that situation.
Right.
All right. Now, hold on. I'll give you even a good example because she's not able to probably make a lot of money. She's in school.
Right.
And we get it.
Right.
Now, if she keeps up this action, okay, that's what makes her come back to you and ask again. Now, my whole thing is, do or don't. It's gonna be up to you. But my whole thing is look at the behavior. It didn't change.
It did.
And the only thing you did was aid her because you didn't. You had foresight.
Well, no.
No, I'm saying though, you had foresight to know that this can interrupt her life.
Yeah.
So you like that 50 is well worth it. If you're gonna go on and you're gonna make a change. I'm willing to aid you and give you what you want, and I get you. That's a giving person. But if that person keeps coming back, and she only came back one more time,
right?
I don't think that person seen the change. What we got there?
But still, like you said, one more time, still, she should have learned from the first instance.
Right.
Like, first of all, if he ain't got responsibility enough, you don't have, you can't talk to him and have him buy a $5 pack of condoms. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all are being irresponsible.
Right.
It's not on you to continue to foot that bill when she know what she's doing when it's other preventative measures.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And now watch this.
Go for it.
Two pieces here, right? No, it's not my responsibility. And until I'm kind of wore out, I'm going to send it. I'll send it another time. But what the question becomes is she running game? Is it really a plan B? Or does she just need $50? You know what I'm saying? No, we don't know.
It would have got me. It would have got me the second time. She asked me for $50 for the same stuff. That's why I knew it's game.
You think it's game?
Yeah, it's game. Because, like I said, there's other preventative measures, and is she can get with him, and his response. He can't get a $5 pack of condoms.
Yeah, he can. But even if you got the condoms, stuff still can happen if you're having a lot of sex.
Don't get me wrong.
Young people.
But guess what?
Get
Did she
pregnant
say
like that.
If she was quick to tell you what the plan B was for,
Yeah, she was.
she would almost be quick to tell you that this failed and this what got me in this position.
Yeah, she ain't.
You ain't gonna get all that because
I
you
ain't
didn't.
know all that.
Because then her intentions is you gotta look at her intentions. You know what I'm saying? So if you're having a lot of sex, you having a lot of sex. Your intentions is you know what I'm saying? You keep doing the same thing over and over and over,
Right.
unprotected
Right.
sex and getting pregnant.
And,
Right.
and hate to say
And
this, gentlemen,
And listen,
too many times in the future, it ain't gonna be $60.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
clinical trials and everything else because there's a lot of stuff that goes on that's not curable.
Yeah.
And my whole thing is you trying to prevent her from being pregnant too early. And I get it.
My thing is, in this conversation, ultimately comes down to it's cool the first time, the second time is a game.
Right.
And if it is game, you have to decide. Every mother, and I think every parent, has to decide at what point are their child running game on them.
They say it again.
Every parent, every mother, and every father has to look at their children's actions and say, okay, you need help. But, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what's really going on here? I've been sending you money, and, are you really doing what you said you're going to do with this money? And it's a sad reality, but game is something that can be very subtle and not necessarily be intentional, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you're just trying to get out of a rut. You're just trying to get out of something. Somebody's just trying to get out of, a bad situation that they're in. And, Mama, you know what I'm saying? I've been sick. I missed 3 days of work. And, Mama, can you help me? Can you send me a few $100? And so rather than tell the truth, you go ahead and run game. And I wonder, even in situations like that, if the truth is better than the game, right? But what happens is that if you tell the truth, Mama gonna be like, I already know you do that, so now I definitely ain't gonna help you. And so your chance seems to be better running the game, because if you run the game, you might be able to get the gravy, right?
Correct. No different than telling a lie.
No different than telling a lie. But listen, I don't like game, but game is the nature of life.
Yes,
when
it
two
is.
people come together, there seems to be some competitive nature where the truth and reality and what's real don't come to the surface. People are going to get an advantage over you. If they can, they will. And that's why we have to be tough. That's why we have to be stern. That's why we have to set boundaries. That's why we have to say no, is because if we allow other people to get what they want out of us, we'll always be given something. And so we got to stop. We got to create this sphere of protection where we can protect ourselves from game. And, we know game started a long time ago. It's been happening since the beginning of time. When people start, text messaging you for money. You know what I'm saying?
Now you throwing daggers,
You
man.
know what I'm saying? But that's game. That's the game that has been really
I'll
been
show you my
been in
cash
the
app.
world,
They hit me all the time. Don't even ask. They just request.
Yeah, we can run this thing rampant. I think we're just about out of time.
No. We can make time for this one because I'm gonna tell you one more.
Go ahead.
Now, what's this? Can you Uber me here? Take me. If you can't make moves on your own, why are you asking me? Because I see it a lot. And my whole thing is, if you're not able to do something, then sit your ass down and realize you can't do nothing.
Right.
But you want somebody else to aid you because you feel, I still want to be able to do something. I still want to go out. Sometimes you need to realize that you don't have it. But as long as you can get it from somebody else, then I still do it because I had.
Listen, if you borrow $500 from me, I shouldn't see you at the club tonight.
No. If I see you at the club, you better hand me back some of my money.
I shouldn't see you buying $100 steak that night at our favorite restaurant, and I just loaned you $500 today, right? Somewhere in that equation, there's some game going on. Right?
You know something? My car note is behind, and I was wondering if you can help me.
Okay.
This is a person you date.
Yeah.
I don't need this person not to have a car. They got to go to work. They got kids. You go ahead and you help them with the car note. They come right back after the car note. We still going out and we still doing this.
Oh yeah, we didn't tell you what, we was going on vacation.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
6 days in the islands.
That $5 just got deducted from anything else we was doing. Because see, your mismanagement ain't gonna just keep coming from me.
Right.
And that's where I feel like it's not always a balance because they feel like you got it, and I'm your lady. Listen, if you ain't my fiance or my wife, you're not entitled to all my funds. Just because I date you does not mean you gonna run a game to take me.
Listen,
that's all I'm saying.
We got to get ready to go. But there's a phenomena in the world.
Talk to it.
And we as men feel it. This has no punt to women. But we seem to believe that women run lots of game for money things.
They try.
And, you might not necessarily like the guy or even want to go out with the guy, but he gonna take you to a nice restaurant and spend money out on y'all night, and so you go. I don't know if that's right or righteous or anything righteous about that.
Well, you gotta think about it like this.
Yourself.
Game is when you're willing to do something nice because I'm willing to take you out because I eat good anyway. So I'm going to take you to a nice restaurant because some of that's me. Okay, I like to eat good. I don't eat a lot, but I eat good. All right. Game is when you're going out to get over. Like in the midst of the meal, can my kids get some to-go stuff? Now, when I'm just trying to get to know you, this is where game gets thrown into it. Or I got to bring my friend and you need to pay for her. These are games. Some people feel like, well, if I go out with you and I don't really know you, I need to bring my girl. Then that's on you. Because if you don't feel like comfortable with me, then don't go out with me. Because that's how I recognize things. But I hear and look at your Instagram, your ass seem to go out all the time. But all of a sudden, then you don't want to go out with me because I'm not for sure, what you might be up to. So I'm bringing somebody. But just last week, you seem to took your ass out with this other dude, and he's like, you want more than one. So all of a sudden now,
social media.
I'm just trying to say I need that same energy.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting it because I look like a person that might be at a Ford born. But yet you still going after Pookie Poo up the street.
Yeah.
But you put your whole meal on.
Yeah.
And y'all done went Dutch. But you want me to pay for everything and your friends. Like I said, game can be recognized by our behavior. It's up to you. My whole thing is everybody don't play it. I've went out with some people that I pay for. They pay for the next meal. When somebody really into you, they'll show you. Because game is also recognized in respect. Like, I seen you did this or I do that.
Yes.
So all the women that's out there, please, it's not game on all y'all, but the few of y'all that's out there that really respect going out with a person and enjoying them, I respect you as well. And then for all y'all ones that want to get over, because of them women, I won't be dating your ass.
Yeah.
So stay with Pookie Poo.
You know, as a man,
because Jay can't keep doing this.
yeah, as a man in my world, if I'm dating a woman, I take most of the responsibility to our dating. You know, to going out and hanging out at the bar. You know, that's just what I do. But what really the game recognized game is when I see her really trying to participate in that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, baby, I'm gonna leave a tip. Or you know what? You did dinner last night. We do dinner tonight. Oh, that just, you know what I'm saying? That's like,
Crap.
that's so beautiful. You know
what
what I
about
mean?
the one that don't have it, but she's saying, I'll cook for you?
Yeah, I'll cook for you. Or you know what I'm
It's
saying?
ways
Come over
to
this
give it back
weekend.
where I don't feel like I'm being played.
Let's do a barbecue. Yeah. So, you know, the long story short is getting over on people is not cool. And, you know, we who are in the knowledge, we who are awake,
Right.
recognize game. And so, you know, you might as well just come clean so you can get all the support and love here. But if you come with game, I'm going to have to shut you down and send you home because you got the wrong intentions, and wrong intentions don't work in any sphere in the universe.
I agree.
This has been Bar Talk with Jay.
Yes,
My
yes,
name
yes.
is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth J.
In the building.
And we want to thank you folks for being with us tonight. This is just, again, our opportunity to be leaders here in the community.
Yes.
We are here every Thursday, 7 to 8, Facebook Live. We're on every major platform.
You name it, we're
Like,
there.
share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Continue to come back. Bring all your friends and family. And get some of this real, rich, nourishing intelligence that we bring here. Never forget, folks, that we love you. We appreciate you. And with that,
We
we
are
are
out.
out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.